What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Drama Free Gaming, and this is DFG Podcast 013. We're going to cut to the chase. We have Jay with us, and we are about 15 minutes away from the PS5 reveal. So this is kind of like a special live episode. But before we move on, catch us on mixer.com/endtime. That's XENDXTIMEX. Of course, you can catch Jay at Mixer as well, at DarkDad99. And on YouTube, guys, we're getting closer and closer to getting that URL and slapping Drama Free Gaming at the end of YouTube.com. Jay, what's up? What's going on?
What's going on, guys? Welcome. We are here to provide our old school knowledge and watch this PlayStation 5 broadcast so we can laugh, joke, have fun, and sound like old men. And here launching on my channel and for you guys as viewing pleasure, I am playing a game from 1998 called Blazing Star as we have our chat today.
Nice. Yeah, trying to give you guys a little interactive opportunity here watching Jay play, and Jay's gonna launch the game here in a few. I will be catching straight from YouTube on my Xbox One X, so we're gonna watch the PS5 reveal on my Xbox One X on YouTube. So we're gamers by choice, not by compulsion. So
amen to
Jay,
that.
you know, this might be our E3. That's what I was just thinking of right now.
You think so?
I mean, you know, E3's canceled. We all know COVID-19. I hope everyone is staying safe out there. It's dominating the conversation. But it's good to see that as soon as Xbox, yesterday as a matter of fact, released the full specs, the full console reveal, the breakdown. If you guys want to see some great videos on that, look up Digital Foundry, and they have a bunch of videos, and they're still producing a lot of videos because they got invited over to the campus at Microsoft, just like Microsoft did with them on the reveal of the Xbox One X. You were gonna say, Jay, what's up?
I was saying, really, I was like, I didn't know that they were doing that.
Yeah, they did that yesterday. You didn't see the
No.
Oh, okay. Well, if you guys tune in this evening, hopefully this evening we'll get an opportunity to do another podcast and we'll chat about that reveal. But yeah, Digital Foundry got invited over to a campus, Microsoft campuses out in California, I believe, and got the hands-on with the Series X. Actually saw some of the legacy games, not anything for the Series X, but you know, the backwards compat and the current gen console games, some of them playing on the Series X. Got a chance to see ray tracing, which is a big deal on console now, and the Series X is bringing it. Power wise, you got to go check out those videos. I can't do no justice because as much of a techie I want to believe that I am, the terminology still goes over my head sometimes. So but yeah, it's good to go, man. Powerful and promising are the words, and I'm excited about PlayStation 5, to be honest with you. I am really excited to see what Sony is going to reveal after I know fan base has been just announcing, hey, they're gonna reveal it this day, hey, they're gonna reveal it this day, and then time after time, you know, it didn't fall through. And now I think you said, Jay, that PlayStation was going to wait until Xbox pretty much released what they were gonna release.
Yep, they do it every time. I called it. Well, people don't believe what I say, but I've been in this too long.
Yeah.
From a customer's perspective, trust me, I know. And I got a feeling, just like all the other Sony systems, this one's going to be, I'm probably going to get it too. I mean, I'm not going to deny it. And it's going to be a great system. I think they're going to surprise us. So I can't wait to see what they have to offer and what they bring to the table.
All right. So I kind of wish that you would have had the opportunity to have seen the full specs and actual system and reveal of the Xbox yesterday. What do you think they're going to focus on? PlayStation is going to focus on today with this reveal. Kyle's in the chat on YouTube side. He says, traitor. What do you think? What should we expect as gamers from PlayStation now that Xbox has, dropped the bomb with Series X? I mean, we're talking about 2 next-gen consoles that are going to bring it. Because PlayStation ain't going to be no slouch. But what are they going to focus on? What do you think? Or what should they focus on?
I think what Sony's probably going to bring to the table, they're probably going to bring back a lot of games everybody's wanted again. I think their system's going to be powerful. They're probably going to do what everybody expects them to do. I can't necessarily take many guesses, but I hope for one thing is backwards compatibility, that they bring back all their games from their older systems. That would sell me right there.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. I think that Sony should do what they are at this point the strongest at, in my opinion, and it's show the games. And even if you have some screen art for some next gen, PlayStation 5 exclusive games, bring it. Because I don't think that they're going to be, and again, there might be some surprises, but this is me speculating. According to what Xbox has done coming out of the gate, I don't think that, and I'm not the only one in the industry, that PlayStation is going to be hardware-wise as powerful, but that doesn't mean it's going to be a slouch. So I'm hoping to see really them focusing on what their strong suit is. It's the games.
Yeah, I mean, Sony's always been, they've always surprised me. I don't care what people say. You can be a Microsoft fanboy, Sony fanboy, it doesn't matter. Fact of the matter is, for years and years and years, Sony's always brought it. So,
yeah. And they haven't disappointed as far as games. I mean, look at this current gen, with games like Bloodborne, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn. I mean, the list goes on and on. Spider-Man.
Speaking of which, did you hear that Sony is trying to get the rights for some Konami games?
Well, that's the buzz. I don't know how true or not. I saw the reporting on it, but yeah, I mean, who knows? I don't know how realistic that might be. That would be kind of crazy if they were able to pick up those games.
I mean, the games, Metal Gear, Castlevania, and trust me, when I saw Castlevania, I was like, what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, those who know me know I'm a Castlevania head. So.
I mean, if they turn around and reimagine those games, that'd be great. That'd be amazing.
They're talking about Castlevania going the way of Bloodborne, being a Bloodborne-ish style.
Yeah, Bloodborne. As far as the art style and the game itself, because I mean, Bloodborne is more like a Souls game, so.
Yeah, they're trying to. They want to go that route with it, and I'm all for innovation and seeing new stuff. So if they do it, I hope they do it right.
Yeah, Kyle's in the chat room, and when I asked about what do you think they should focus on, or he says virtual reality simulation for the experience, and then he says Scene Season 3. What is that? Scene Season 3 of Castlevania? Is that what you're talking about? I don't think they have a Season 3.
Yeah, they do. Castlevania Season 3 came out on Netflix like
really?
a week ago.
Yeah. A week ago. Let me see. Do I remember watching Season 2? I gotta go back.
Man, Castlevania is that joint, man. Don't you?
Yeah. It's good. It's good. Yeah, Castlevania cock. Yeah, I got you. I know what you're talking about now. All right. Yeah, you got to be like a little bit more specific. We talking here, and we're excited, guys, and hopefully you guys are just as excited. I know you are. When I looked over at YouTube about an hour ago, there was already 30,000 plus people waiting. So without question, there's gonna be a lot of people covering it. Big channels, little channels, unknown channels like us. I'm just capturing this for our community. But you know, and this game is looking pretty cool, Jay. That you're playing right here.
You never seen Blazing Star?
I mean, you know, you seen some of these side-scrolling games. You know, reminds you of R-Type.
This is far better than R-Type, my friend.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's looking pretty good.
Like I told you, man. I bring out retro because retro is what I do, and I want to show games people might not know about or might not have ever seen. So
yeah, it's pretty cool. And this is on the Neo Geo.
Yes, this is. You can definitely purchase this at the Microsoft Store. It is Blazing Star. It is from the Neo Geo era, 1998, and you're talking about a game from the 90s that looks like this, and it's great. So from the retro side, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. I hope you guys enjoy the game, and I hope you decide to pick it up.
I noticed that with these Neo Geo games, a couple of things, and I'm looking at the time. We're getting ready here to switch over to YouTube in a minute or two. But I noticed that playing on 4K TVs, and I'm sure you're playing on 4K TV, the image kind of sometimes gets stretched and it doesn't look as crisp. I'm looking over at my 1080 computer monitor, and it looks better on a smaller screen, to be honest.
I'm planning on a 4K 65.
Yeah. And yeah, because the picture looks kind of stretched out, and you know, it doesn't look as crisp. But I mean, you know, it's like you said, it's a 90s game, right? So
yeah,
it's and I don't like, one of the things I need to maybe recommend, and maybe others have done it already, I'm sure, is that these menus for the Neo Geo games, they don't give you time to like select your options and stuff. They like put you on a timer.
Well, I mean, once again, you're talking about systems from the 90s. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's like they ported everything over. Like, you know, they could have went in there and said, okay, let's give people, you know, take them off a timer and let's give people an opportunity to like read and select and get familiarized. No, it's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go.
Hey, you need that old school. You need that old school player experience, man. I mean, it ain't easy, you know, and that's
I think they did that. I think they did that, ported over from like the arcade. So, you know, it's like you pump your quarter in there, and next thing you know, you're like dead, and you need a couple of quarters just to be able to get familiarized with the menus.
Yeah, hey man, they didn't call them quarter munchers for no reason.
Yeah, quarter munchers. Goodness gracious, but yeah.
Those of you who come up in the arcade scene know what a quarter muncher is. It's designed for you to die because they need your quarters.
Yep.
They hungry.
Well, I have like 3 separate times. I have 11:58 Eastern time on my phone, 11:55 on my watch, and 11:53 on my computer.
I got 11:53 on my laptop.
So I
got 11:54 on my phone.
All right. Okay.
So.
All right. I think we're good. I think my phone and my watch, my personal watch, are ahead, but I do it like that. So, PlayStation 5, guys, today. What did Kyle just say? What, an arcade? Is that what they did before consoles? No, man, consoles were out and about.
Well,
you know that.
Arcades were prevalent until systems went online.
Yeah.
And that's when arcades, well, at least in the West,
Right.
in the East. Arcades are still prevalent.
Right.
So, that's the old school sadness in me missing arcades, man.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't figure out why certain games were more than a quarter. It was like, man, like when they bumped up to 50 cents or $1 a game, or some of the actual shooters where you had the actual peripheral, whatever that was like $1.50 a game. It's like,
yeah,
what?
man.
Yikes.
The newer the technology in an arcade game, the more they charge you.
Yeah, man. I mean,
because I remember paying $1 a game for some, and just you paid it because it was the thing to do.
Right.
And it was the greatest pull and to socialize.
Right.
And that's what our arcades. But we getting on old school when it's time for the new school to be entering the scene.
Yeah, we got about 5 minutes here.
It seems like it.
I think I'm going to just because you know how tech is, and we just want to make sure that we're gonna bring up the channel. So I'm going to switch over on my screen here, and let me just put the BRB screen, and we'll be right back.
Alrighty.
All right, we are back, and yeah, it says premiere in 3 minutes. So big PlayStation 5 logo on the screen. Thank you guys for hanging out with us and being here, whether it's live, hopefully live. Like I said, I know a lot of outlets are going to be, broadcasting this live. So I don't know how much commentary you're going to hear from us as the reveal goes on. We'll probably be chatting more about it this evening. If we do get an opportunity to do another podcast and speak about PlayStation 5 and some of the other news that's come out. So
good Lord, I'm on YouTube right now looking at some of the people I'm subscribed to.
Mm-hmm.
Just I'm pretty sure you guys know who Young Yeah is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this cat got almost 9,000 people watching with him.
Yeah, well, that's
I like
that's just a handful, to be honest.
Right.
That's just a handful. I mean, the official PlayStation channel has, last time I checked, 30,000 plus.
Yeah, let me go ahead and turn mine there just in case.
Yeah, just so that you can see. Hold on, I got Jay. Oh no, I got Nate. Let me pull up my hold on, let me bring this brother. Brother, I see you. Let me bring up Discord and unmute your mic. Can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
All right. I just saw you pop up on the screen. Have you been sitting there for a while?
No, I just got in actually.
All right. Cool. Let's see what PlayStation. So we can agree that PlayStation is, I mean, they're going to give us a full reveal. Do you think that these guys are going to well, I would anticipate, and it would be kind of stupid if they didn't show the actual system, like how it's going to look. Do you think there's a chance that they won't show the system?
No.
Okay, how much you think they're going to reveal? Are they going to just reveal the system, reveal the controller, give us some games, and that's it? Or, talk specs? Cerny's going to be on, isn't he?
Yeah, I think. What is that?
There's some crackling going on. That must be Nate. Nate, mute your mic.
Mute your mic, man.
Or I'll mute you. He's good.
So,
no more crackling.
Where's what channel are you on?
I'm on the official PlayStation channel.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm trying to get there before it starts.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. I'm on the official PlayStation channel right now. Didn't want to broadcast to anyone else, so.
Oh no, I don't want to broadcast anyone else either. I want to.
Yep.
Let's see.
Yep.
PlayStation. There it is.
Yep.
The road to PlayStation 5 premiere.
Yep. Got the big PlayStation 5 logo on the screen. And so we're going to get the system, how the system looks. And who knows? Is Mike Cerny going to be, making it one big technical show? And
I think
speaking about specs, what do you think?
I think they're going to drop specs. It's showtime.
Oh, here we go. All right.
I think we're going to get specs. I think we're going to get the controller, the system reveal, and some of the things the system can offer, and maybe even a couple of games.
All right. Well, I'm hoping, like I said, they're not going to, unless we're going to be super surprised and they've kept something wrapped. I think we're going to hear that they're going to tout that they got the fastest loading screens, based on their SSD and games. I don't think they're going to speak about power. I think Xbox has them on that. But we'll see here in about 1 minute.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see where all this goes. I'm excited for both systems. I'm 40 years old. I've been in gaming forever, and this might be my last dance into gaming. So,
It sounds like you're riding off into the sunset. Come on, I think you got a couple more generations than you.
No, brother. At 50, I don't think I'll have enough. I don't think I'll have it left in me.
Ain't no hope for me then, because I'm older than you.
Yeah, I know. Hey man, look at it this way. We barely play. We barely play as it is, and we got enough games to play for a lifetime.
Yeah, I think as you get older, you start picking your games here and there, and what time you spend on what. Yeah, you're right. But I know of older gamers than us that are still rocking out. So
I'm not saying I'm gonna be retired, but you know what I mean.
All right, here's the countdown, guys. Again, appreciate you being here. Let's sit back and let's enjoy the show.
Impress me, Sony. Impress me.
Please.
Hi. Unfortunately, we had to cancel the talk that we had planned for GDC. But we do have some super exciting news about PS5. And who better to bring that to you than the one and only Mark Cerny. Without further ado, over to you, Mark.
Thank you, Jim.
Look at this guy here.
There will be lots of chances later
Looking
on
like a
this year to
frou-frou
look at
boy.
the PlayStation 5 games. Today, I want to talk a bit about our goals for the PlayStation 5 hardware and how they influenced the development of the console. I think you all know I'm a big believer in console generations. Once every 5 or 6 or 7 years, a console arrives with substantially new capabilities. There's a lot of learning by the game developers, hopefully not too overwhelming, and soon there's games that could never have been created before. Now, it used to be that as a console designer, you'd somehow intuit what would be the best set of capabilities for the new console, and then build it in complete secrecy. For the PlayStation consoles, that period lasted through PlayStation 3, a powerful and groundbreaking console, but also one that caused quite a lot of heartache, as it was initially difficult to develop games for. So, starting with PlayStation 4, we've taken a different
Why are we talking about
roughly
PlayStation
centered
4?
around 3 principles.
They got to build up to it.
Listening to the developers, which is
Man,
to say
don't nobody
that
want to
a
hear about the
lot of what we
PlayStation
put
4.
into a console
Get
derives
to the
directly
main
from the
event.
needs and aspirations of the game
Well,
creators.
I think they're talking
We
about
definitely do have some
how
ideas of our own,
quote
but
unquote
at the
difficult
core
it
of our
was
philosophy
to
for
develop
designing
games
consoles
before,
is that
and that's
game
going to lead
creators are
into
here for the
how easy it
fantastic
is now,
games.
because that's what
Which is to
Xbox
say,
has
that
been
game
touting for
creators
quite some
matter.
time, that
Anything
they've
we can do to
developed
make life easier for the game
their system
creators
so
or
that
help them
developers can
realize
develop
their dreams,
easier.
we will do.
But it was
So,
only
about once every
difficult for
2
them for the
years, I take a
PlayStation
tour of
3,
the industry.
not for the
I go to the
PlayStation
various
4.
Well,
developers
hey,
and publishers.
let's
sit
see what it
and
leads
discuss
to.
how they're doing with the current consoles and what they'd like to see in future consoles. This requires weeks on the road, as reaching the bulk of the game creators involves talking to well over 100 people at something like 24 publishers and developers. And it is incredibly valuable. By the way, the feature most requested by the developers, that was an SSD, which we were very happy to put in the hardware, but a lot of problem solving was required. I'll be doing a deep dive on the SSD and surrounding systems later on in this talk. It's also key to make a generational leap while keeping the console sufficiently familiar to game developers. I think about this in terms of
wonder if this is a real audience
and revolution. Now, with PlayStation
Doesn't really
1,
seem
2,
like it, because I
and
ain't
3,
seen
the
none of
target
those
was a
people. Oh, there you
revolution each time with a brand new feature set. That was great in many ways, but time for the developers to get up and running got longer with each console. In the past, I've called this time to triangle. Here's what I had for those 3 consoles. To be clear, I'm not talking about time to make a game. Developers will be ambitious, and it may take them 6 years or so to realize their vision. What I'm talking about is that dead time before graphics and other aspects of game development are up and running.
I mean, I get the presentation, but he's making this really boring.
On the other hand, if we're trying to reduce that dead time to 0, that means the hardware
it's
architecture
trademark
can't
of
change at all.
geniuses.
We're handcuffed.
They're
We
not
need
too
to judge
exciting.
For each
You know,
feature,
Phil
what value
Spencer's
it
a
adds,
genius, and he's
whether
more
it's worth
exciting
the
than this.
increase in
Phil
developer
Spencer's a
time
gamer.
needed to support it.
I don't know if Cerny's a gamer.
So with PlayStation 4, we were able to strike a pretty good
Cerny,
balance between performance and familiarity.
Needs to take off
We
those
got
flats and put a
required
bit more
learning
bass
back
in
to
his voice and
PlayStation
make this
1.
more exciting. That's what he needs.
With PS5, the GPU was definitely the area we felt the most tension between adding new features and keeping a familiar programming model. Ultimately, I think we've ended up with something under a month of getting up to speed. That feels like we're striking about the right balance. I'll go into a bit more detail later today about our philosophy with the GPU
Wonder how long
and
this
the
show is gonna
specific
be.
feature set that resulted from it.
What? Oh
It's
my
also
God,
very
really?
important for
We got to
us
find
as the
dreams in
hardware
the system
team
now?
to find new dreams, by which I mean something other than
Is that what we're-
performance, GPU
Brother,
that
you
what we
should
do?
know.
and the amount
I'm
of
not
RAM.
trying to knock it, but
The
you should know that
increase in graphics
PlayStation has
performance
to
over the past
create
2 decades
this
has been
this
astonishing, but there are other
ambiance.
areas
It's
in
always
which we can
about
innovate
the
and provide
presentation.
significant value to the game
This
creators and
presentation is
to the
horrible.
players. That's why the
I'm saying it
SSD
right
was
now.
very much
This is
on our list
terrible.
of directions to explore.
Even the people in the
regardless of what
audience
came
look
out of the
bored.
conversations with game developers and publishers. The
Okay, what we
biggest
got?
feature in this category is the custom engine for audio. That's today's final topic. The push for vastly improved audio, and in particular,
they want
3D
new
audio,
audio.
isn't something that came out
But-
in developer meetings.
Well, it's-
much more the case.
I mean,
Xbox
but
has
we
already
can
talked
dream of
about
what
ray
might be
tracing
possible 5
as
years from
far
now,
as
and then
audio as
worked
well.
out
It's
a
not
number
just
of steps we
graphics.
could take
So it's
to
not anything
satisfy
that I haven't heard before.
So here again are the 3 principles. The first being enabling the desires
I mean,
of developers
I
to
get
drive
the-
the hardware design.
I get that.
To
So
me, the
explain the solid
SSD
state
really is the
drive
key
for
to the
those
next
who don't
generation.
know.
Well, let's
It's
see. He's
a
going to
game
talk about it
changer.
now.
And it was the #1 ask from developers for PlayStation 5. As in, we know it's probably impossible, but can you put an SSD in it? That was a discussion we were also having internally. It was clear that the presence of a hard drive in every PlayStation 4 was having a positive impact. A lot of things that would simply have been impossible at Blu-ray disc speeds were now possible. At the same time, though, in 2015 and 2016, when we were having these conversations, developers were already banging up against the limits of the hard drive. And a lot of developer time was being spent designing around slow load speeds. I want to focus in on just one number here, which is how long it takes to load a gigabyte of data from a hard drive. The difficulty being that hard drives are neither particularly fast nor flexible. If all your data is in one
See, I
block,
don't-
which
this-
is
this like
technically
Charlie
not
Brown
very
talked to me,
likely,
right?
you can load
Yeah, I know.
50 to 100 megabytes. of
Shut
data,
up,
This is
man.
geek talk.
depending on
This
where
is
the
geek
data is
talk.
located.
I'm not
Let's assume it's
I'm not
on
knocking you. I'm
which
just
means
saying
loading a
that
gigabyte
I
takes
think for
10
the
seconds. If you compress your
30,000
game
plus that I
packages,
last
you can
checked,
fit
we
more data
wanted
on
to
the
see,
Blu-ray
you
disc,
know,
and also
bang the
effectively
system,
boost your
bang
hard drive
games,
read
bang,
speed
you
by
know,
compression
not all
functions.
this, but
We
that's why I was
support
asking,
Z-Lib
what do you think is
decompression on
coming?
PlayStation 4.
And
That
I'm
gets
not
you
surprised
something
Mike
like
Cerny
50% more
is
data on
here
the disc
speaking tech
and
talk.
50% higher effective.
Yeah,
read
but I don't.
It's going over a lot of
Unfortunately,
people's
though,
heads.
it's
Only the
highly
hardcore
likely that your data is
techies
scattered
know about
around
this
in
stuff.
various files
Yeah, but
on
at
the hard
the
drive,
same time,
as well
I
as
get
sourced
it.
from
You know, they
multiple
want
locations
they
within those
want to
files.
kind of
So
give everybody
lots of
a
seeks are
small
needed at
basis
2 to 50
of technology
each.
and what
My
the
rule
system.
of
I mean, and this
thumb
is
that
not
the
even
hard drive
PS5.
is
This is
spending 2/3 of
PS4.
its time seeking, and only 1/3 of its time.
You know what I'm saying?
actually
Well,
they're
loading
not
the game.
getting.
they have to
Putting
they
all
have
of
to
that
compare
together, a
it
gigabyte is
because
very
that's what they're
roughly
building
20
to, because
seconds to load
they
on a
can't
hard drive.
go into the PS5,
Now, a gigabyte
pull out
is not much
specs,
data. Games are
and
using
then
5
put
or
it
6
next to
gigabytes of
what
RAM on
Xbox
PlayStation 4,
Series
so
X has
boot
already
times and
revealed.
load times
They're
can get
going to
pretty
look
grim. Or to put that
underpowered.
differently, as a player,
You see what I'm
wait for
saying?
the game to
So
boot.
they
you
got to
gotta
show the
play-
evolution
game
from
to
PS4
load, wait
to
for the level to
PS5.
reload every time you die,
Yeah, but
and you wait
okay.
for what is euphemistically
I'll
called
give you that.
fast
That makes
travel.
a lot of sense to me.
All of that leads to
But
the dream.
do you
What if we could have not
to
just
do
an
it in
SSD,
such
but a
a
blindingly fast
very
SSD?
bland
If we
way?
could load
This
5
is
gigabytes a
this that
second
they're
from
doing
it,
now.
what
He
would
just said it. CEO, I
SSDs
forget
are
his
completely
name,
different
when
from
he
hard drives.
introduced
They don't
Cerny.
have seeks
He said
as
this is
such.
their
If you have a
GDC
5
talk.
gigabyte a second
This is
SSD,
what they were going to
you
do
can
at the
read
Game
data from
Developers
1,000
Conference, which is a
different
very
locations in that
techy
second,
environment.
pretty much at
So
speed.
this is not like a
As for
E3
time to
presentation.
load
This
a
is their
gigabyte,
GDC
this is
talk.
next gen we're talking about. So
And they chosen to
memory
go
is
this
bigger.
route.
Instead,
Unfortunately,
you
I'm
ask
disappointed
how
so
long
far, to be
load.
honest with
2
you.
gigabytes.
I mean, this is all
And the
good,
answer is about a
but
quarter
until
of
they
a
don't show
second.
me
That's
PS5,
amazing. We're talking
let's
two
just
orders
see.
of
Let's just see what it's
magnitude.
about.
Meaning very
I mean,
roughly
from what I see,
100 times
paper-wise,
faster.
fine. It's
Which
cool,
means at
but
5 gigabytes a second for the
I'm not
SSD,
even
the
excited.
potential
Like,
is that
Yeah,
the
I
game
know.
boots in a second.
they are killing
There
like
are no
the.
load screens. The game just fades
I
down.
mean, if you're a
while
tech
loading.
geek, if you're a
Half
tech
dozen
geek,
gigabytes and
I'm
fades
sure
down.
you're loving it.
Same for a reload. You're immediately back in the action.
Yeah, that
after
sounds a
you're
little
done.
whack so far.
And fast
Even in
travel
between
becomes
calls
so
for me.
fast. it's
Jay, you
like
were echoing here a
As
moment.
game creators, we go
Hey,
from trying
Nate,
to
hey,
distract the player from
Yeah.
how long fast travel is taking, like those
take off your mic
subway rides,
and put it
to
back
being
here.
so
Put it back here.
blindingly
Yeah, somebody's
fast that we
echoing.
might even have to slow that transition.
I didn't start echoing to Nate came.
Pretty
Okay,
cool,
if
right?
you have, like,
But for
your
me, this
volume
is
on your
not
TV, you
the
gotta turn it
primary
off.
reason to change from a hard drive to an
Yeah, I
SSD.
apologize.
The
Is
primary
it better
reason
now?
for an
Can you hear me?
ultra-fast SSD
Yeah.
is that it gives the game
Oh, I'm still
designer
echoing.
freedom. Or to put that differently, with a hard drive, the 20 seconds that it takes to load a gigabyte.
So guys,
can
I know
sabotage the
that
game
for
that
you
the
guys who are going to be
developer
checking out
has
this channel, we
I
keep
think
it
almost all of us in the
really
room have
basic because we're
experienced this, maybe
gamers. I
in
mean,
different
I
ways.
love the techie
Say we're
stuff
making an adventure game, and we have
and
two
seeing the
rich
specs and
environments
whatnot.
where
I'm
we
getting
each
more
want
and
to
more
have
into
textures
it.
and models to
Like I said,
fill
Digital
in. Which you
Foundries
can
is
do
great
as
at
long as
that.
you have a
There's
long
another channel
staircase,
called
an elevator
RDX
ride, or a
podcast.
windy corridor where you can
Dealer
reach the
Gaming,
old
he goes
assets
into all
and
of
then
this.
take
He's
30
the
seconds
best
or
of the
so
best
to load the new
as
one.
far as I'm concerned.
Having a 30-second
But what's
elevator
happening
ride
right
is a
now
little
is
extreme.
probably
More
going over your
realistically,
head.
we'd probably chop
Is
the
going, a
world
lot of it's
into
going
a
over
number
my
of
head.
small
And like what Jay
pieces,
has said
and
and
then do some
expressed,
calculations with
again, this is the
sight lines and run speeds,
GDC
like we did for
spiel.
Haven
This is what
City
they were
when
going to
we were
do at
making
the
Dak
Game
2.
Developers
The game is
Conference
20 years old, but not much has
before
changed
it got
since.
canceled.
All
I
those
am
tricky
disappointed
passages
that
are
this is
there
the
for a
route they're
reason.
taking.
There's a whole
Maybe
subset of
it'll
level
get
design
better,
dedicated to this sort of
but
work.
the
it's a
truth is,
giant distraction for a
PlayStation
team that just wants to
cannot
make their game.
pull out their specs
So
for
when I talked about the
PS5
dream of
and
an
put it
SSD,
right
part of the reason
along
for that
the
5
Xbox
gigabyte
Series
second
X
target was to
because
eliminate load,
you will
but also
see
part of the
the
reason for
disparity
target
there.
was streaming.
So
No,
they
you
have to
won't.
compare it
What
to the
if
PlayStation
SSD
4.
is so fast
People
that
are
as
going
the
to buy a
player is turning
PlayStation
around,
5
it's
regardless
possible
of the
to
fact.
load
They're
That
data.
going
makes no
to.
Everything behind the
They're
player
going
in a
to,
split second.
but
If you
for
figure
the
that
audience
it
that
takes half a
PlayStation
second
and
to turn,
Cerny
that's 4
is addressing
gigabytes
right
of
now,
data you can
these are the
load. That
techies.
sounds about right.
And the
for that
techies
game.
are going to look
Back
and they're
to
going to
that.
say,
Another
oh,
strategy for increasing
Xbox
effective
Series
read speed
X
is to make big
is a more
sequential chunks of
powerful
data.
system,
For example, we
therefore
might
has
group all the
more
data together for each
potential,
block.
more
That removes most
overhead
of the seats,
than the PlayStation
and the streaming
5.
gets faster.
And the
That's very-
techies
There's a
are going to
downside,
go
which is
for the
that
Xbox
frequently
Series
used
X.
data is included in
That-
many
that's
chunks
very
and
true,
therefore
but at the
is on the
same
hard
time,
drive many times.
Techies are
Marvel
5% of the
Spider-Man
market
uses
you're
the
selling.
strategy,
Yeah,
and though it
I
works
agree with
very
you.
well for
I
increasing
agree
the
with you.
streaming speed,
And
So-
again, I
there's a
reiterate, this is a
massive duplication as a
GDC
result. Some of the objects
speech.
like mailboxes or news racks are on the
Cerny
hard
speaking
drive
right now
400
is speaking to the
times.
tech heads.
What I'm describing here are things that cramp a creative director's style. Either level design gets a little bit boring in places, or the data is duplicated so many times that it no longer
Me got
fits
jacks
on a Blu-ray
too.
disc.
Who cares?
And you end up with hard
I
limits
don't.
on the player's run speed or driving speed. The player can't go faster than the load speed from the hard drive.
And I'm going to be
finally,
clear.
I'm sure many of
I'm
you
not
have
knocking
noticed
this
that after a patch
presentation.
download,
It's
the
very
patch
informative.
files sometimes
I'm
take
not
a long
knocking it
time to
because I'm a
install.
fanboy
That's
and
because
blah, blah,
when
blah.
just
No, I'm a
part of the
gamer.
file has been changed.
But but
The new data can
I'm
be
knocking
downloaded.
it
so
because-
far this is trash.
But before
to
the
me.
game boots up, a
I
brand
mean,
new file
somebody
has to be
put on the
constructed
garbage
that
man
includes the
outfit,
changed
take
portion.
this out.
Otherwise, every change would add a seek or two. Even so, you can occasionally
I
see
don't
this happening
care.
in game titles. They start to hitch once they get patched.
Like, I legitly do not
With
care.
an SSD, though,
Like,
no
none of this I
seeks.
care
So
about.
no need to make
So you notice
manual
how
calls
he's
with the
he's
changes
continuously
incorporated.
talking about the
Which
SSD,
means
SSD,
no
the solid state
installs as we
drive,
know them today.
and
But they, They both have solid
There's
state
yet
drives.
one
Yeah,
more
like
benefit, which is
but
that
the
custom
solid state
memory can be used
drive
much more efficiently.
is going to be
On PlayStation 4,
from
game
what
data on
everybody's
a hard
speculating,
drive
it's
feels
going to
very
be
distant
much more
and difficult
efficient in the
to use.
PlayStation
By the time
5
you realize
than
you
it
need
is in
this
the
data,
Xbox
it's
Series
much
X.
too late to go out
So
and
they,
buy. So
they have
system
to
memory has to
put
contain
something
all
at
of
the
data that could
forefront.
be used in the
you
next
know what?
30
If
seconds or so of gameplay.
if
That
I
means a lot
cared
of the 8 gigabytes of system
about
memory
this,
is idle. It's
like a
just
lot of
waiting
techies
there
do, like
to
they
be
want to know the
potentially
numbers and
used.
what it does.
On
and,
PlayStation 5,
you know,
though, the
yeah, I'd
SSD
be
is very
excited.
close
I'd be
to being
happy.
like more
I'm a
RAM.
gamer.
Typically, it's fast enough that when you
This
realize you need a piece of
legitly,
data, you can just
I hear
load
him,
it from the
I
SSD
feel
but
your
all I
pain.
hear
and use
right
it.
now is
There's
wah,
no
wah,
need to
wah,
have
wah,
lots
wah,
of data
wah, wah,
parked
wah,
in
wah,
system
PlayStation,
memory
wah,
waiting
wah,
to
wah, wah.
potentially
I'm
I
like,
feel your pain.
A different
no,
way
you
of
don't
saying
feel
that
my
is that
pain.
most of
Give me some
RAM is
pain
working
meds or
on the
something. I
games
need
right
it.
now.
I feel your pain.
This is one of the
This is
reasons
some
that
garbage,
16
man.
gigabytes of GDDR6 feels right for PlayStation 5. The presence
I
of the
don't
SSD
care.
reduces the
Like
need
when
for a
Microsoft
massive
did theirs, there was none of
intergenerational
this.
increase in
They were just
size.
like, this is
So,
what it is.
back to the dream of the
And
SSD.
I was like, yo.
Here's
Well,
the set of targets.
Go
With the
go
game in a
watch
second.
the
No load
Digital
screens.
Foundry
Design freedom,
videos
meaning no twisty passages or long
on the
corridors.
Xbox Series X that
More
released
game
yesterday.
on the disk and more game
I mean,
on the
but
SSD.
okay,
And
seriously.
finally, those
So
passages
look what he's saying. Ultra fast boost, no
The
load
reality, though,
screens.
is that the
Yeah, but
SSD
everything there,
is just one
everything
piece
he's
of the
talking
puzzle.
about,
There's
the other
a lot
system
of
can do
places
too.
where
So this
bottlenecks
is
can occur in
nothing.
between the SSD
And
the
all
game
this that
itself.
he's talking
Basically
about,
do the same
You can see
thing.
this on PlayStation
and all this
4.
that he's talking
if I
about,
use an SSD with
I
10
mean,
times
you
the
know,
speed of a standard
it's
hard
already
drive,
been in
I probably
PCs
see
for
only
forever.
double the loading speed.
Man,
if
PC
that.
been probably been doing this since the
For
early
PlayStation
2000s.
5, our goal was not just
Like I
that the
just swapped
SSD
out
itself be 100
my
times
mechanical
faster.
drive a
It
couple
was
months
that
ago
game loads
and put
and
2
streaming
SSDs
would
in
be
there.
100 times
It's like
faster.
night
So
and day.
every
The loading
single
is like
potential bottleneck needed to be
blazing.
addressed.
Yeah,
And there
like,
are a lot.
like
of
like
them.
computer
Let's look at
heads,
check-in
man, they looking
and what
at this and
happens when its
laughing.
overhead
Like
gets
really?
100 times
You guys
faster.
are like 5 years
Conceptually,
behind.
check-in
I
is
mean, I know
but
they
you know
laughing.
what?
process.
But
Data
but
is
it's a
loaded
big
into
deal
system memory from a hard drive or
for the
SSD.
console
It's
industry
examined. A few
because
values
it's
are
unprecedented.
tweaked to check
They've
in,
never had
and then it's
this.
moved to its final
I
location.
get that is
At the
unprecedented.
SSD speeds
and
we're
I'm cool.
talking about, that
But
last
I don't
part,
need a guy
moving the data, meaning
looking
copying
like
it
a
from one
bad
location
version
to
of
another,
Rod
takes
Stewart
roughly an entire next-gen
telling
CPU
me
core.
all this
And
crap,
that's
and he's
just the tip
boring
of
me
the
to
iceberg.
death.
If all the overheads
Mike
get 100
Cerny,
times
bro.
larger, that will cripple the frame rate as soon as the
tell us
player
Rod
moves,
Stewart wanted
and
me, he
that
needs to go
massive
somewhere.
stream of data starts coming off.
You got
the
a
SSD.
bad haircut.
So to solve all of that, we built a lot
My
of
man
custom
looked like,
hardware,
I
namely
can't even
a
say
custom
what
flash
he looks
controller
like.
and
I
a
could
number
run
of
all day
custom
on
units
against
in
this
our
guy.
main chip. The flash controller in the
custom
SSD
flash
was
controller.
designed for smooth and bottleneck-free operation, but also with games in mind. For example, there are 6
You know
levels
he's
of
about to catch a whole
priority
bunch
when
of flack,
reading from
right?
the
You know,
SSD.
everybody's
Priority is
going to.
very
You know the
important. You can
memes that are
imagine
gonna come
the
out.
player heading
Oh,
into
dude,
some new
the
location in
presentation
the
that
world
this
and the
dude is
game
giving,
requesting a few gigabytes of
they
texture.
gonna hammer
and
this
while
dude.
those textures are being loaded,
Again,
Everybody's
the
like,
enemy is shot
I
and
can't
has to
stress
do a few
enough if
dying
you
words.
guys catch this
Having
on a
multiple priority
VOD.
levels lets the audio
Oh,
for
We
those
are
dying words get
strictly
loaded
speaking
immediately.
from a gamer's perspective.
On one side, that flash
And
controller
this is
connects to the
just
actual
over
flash
our
drive that
heads.
supply the storage.
Shut up
trash.
already and
Our
show us some
bandwidth
games.
targeted
It's
5
not about
gigabytes a second. We ended up with a
Xbox or
12
PlayStation
channel
preferences. It's
8 channels
about,
wouldn't be enough.
wow, come on, all
Resulting
this
bandwidth
time.
we have achieved is
And
actually
if
5.5
this is the
gigabytes a
presentation
second. With the
and
12
PlayStation
channel
doesn't
interface,
show
the most natural
anything,
size that emerges for an SSD
wow.
is 825
Yeah, this is-
gigabytes.
this is
the
a
key
letdown.
question for us was,
so far, bro.
is that
I mean,
enough? It's tempting to add more, but Flash certainly doesn't come cheap.
This is a
and we have a
gigantic
responsibility to our
letdown.
gaming audience to be cost-effective with regards to what we put in
so
the
here we
console.
go. You hear it? The cost
Ultimately, we
effective
resolved this
and blah,
question
blah,
by
blah.
looking at the play
I don't
patterns of
care.
a
They're not going to talk
broad
about the
range of
price because
Look, I'm
Xbox
not-
hasn't announced a
specific
price
games
yet.
that they were playing
We are
over the
not
course
in a
of
business
weekend
meeting.
Or a week or a month.
And he's
and
making
whether
us like,
that set
okay,
of
let me
games
tell you
would
the
fit
explanation.
properly on the SSD.
Let me
We were
tell you
able
what's
to
going on. Like,
establish
dude,
that
shut
the
up.
friction
Just
caused by
get to the meat.
reinstalls or redownloads would be quite low.
Dude is sitting here
until we
chewing
walked
on bone,
in
and I
on
want
that 825 gigabyte size, while also preparing multiple strategies so that those who want more storage can add it. I'll go through the details in a moment.
Oh, he's got
Back
more
to
to
the
come.
flash controller. On the other side, it connects to our main custom chip via 4
like,
lanes of Gen
I don't.
4
Okay,
PCIe.
at this
Wow.
point, I don't understand
And
anything
inside
that's
the main
going on.
custom chip is a pretty hefty unit
Like,
dedicated
I really
to I/O.
don't.
Before we talk about what that does,
Enough
let's
for
talk
magic tricks and
compression
the
for a moment.
pleasantry, and then
PlayStation 4 used zlib as its compression.
Hey, Nate.
We decided to use it again on
Nate,
PlayStation
you're
5,
sounding
but
really
on my
muffled.
2017 tour of developers, I learned about a new format called
You got that
Kraken
mic
from Rad Game Tools.
right?
It's like
'Cause
zlib's
I can't make out what
smarter
you're
cousin.
saying.
Simple, similar types of algorithms, but about 10% better compression, which is pretty big. That means 10% more games.
This man
on
got a
the
picture of a
UHD
Kraken
Blu-ray
on the
disc
screen.
or on the SSD. Kraken had only been out for a year, but it was already becoming a de facto industry
This
standard.
dude is
Half of
talking
the teams
tech
I
talk
talked to were
with a
Yeah.
Kraken on the screen.
We'll
Come
get
on,
I
into
can
man.
hear you, but you were sounding
So we
like
hustled and
crunchy,
built a custom
Nate.
decompressor
This
into the
dude
IO
said
unit,
crunchy.
one capable of handling over
Like he's in the
5
KFC
Like you
bar or
ain't
something.
using the same headsets you was using the other night?
After decompression, that
Yeah,
typically
I'm using the
becomes
same
8
one
or
now.
9.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
But the unit
my
itself
bag.
is capable
Release
of
the
operating
Kraken!
22 gigabytes a
I'm
second.
watching it.
The
I'm
data
watching
happens
it on my
compressed
phone, but then
particularly
Oh,
well.
I
the
got you.
other phone
By the way, in terms of
that
performance,
I'm
Hey,
using
that
hey,
custom
so-
compressor equates
So
to
we looking
9
at Kraken
of our Zen 2
decompression.
cores.
So
That's what it
is the
takes to
Kraken gonna
compress
come out my
the Kraken
system
stream
when I turn it
to
on
close the
and start choking me out?
There's a
Is
lot
that
more
what I need to
in the
expect?
custom I/O unit, including a dedicated
Man.
DNA controller. The game can direct
It needs
exactly
to
where
it needs to come out and choke out Cerny. That's what it needs to do.
Yeah,
Shut him
right.
up.
Zen 2 core or 2.
That Kraken got 8 arms, choke him out, box him out, do something.
That brother's in his own zone right now.
There's
Sorry,
two
Nate.
dedicated
I know
I/O
that Jay just jumped in
in a
probably
large
and cut you
way.
off.
These aren't Zen 2
I'm sorry,
cores.
Nate.
They're
I'm getting
principally
crunk right now.
directed to provide
Mark
custom
Cerny's gonna
hardware.
make me hit this dude with a truck or something.
One of the
Oh,
coprocessors
come
is
on,
dedicated
man.
to SSD I/O. This lets us bypass traditional
Okay.
file I/O and its
Okay,
bottleneck
look.
flow unit.
What? Wait, hold on. What, Nate? What were you
Hardware
gonna
is
say?
responsible for memory mapping, which I know
Nothing. I was
doesn't
making
sound
fun
like
of it 'cause
anything related
I
to
think he just
SSD,
sounds like
but
that
a lot of
Caltech guy.
development
Yes.
Talking about unicorns and stuff. Wonderland.
Coherency
We won't care
to
about
assist the
that.
coprocessor.
Oh man.
Coherency comes up a lot in places. Probably the biggest coherency
Wow.
issue is stale data in the GPU.
Yo, I kid you not. I mean,
Flushing all of
we're
the
a
caches when
unknown
SSD is ready
channel,
is an unattractive
and I'm saying to myself, I'm gonna broadcast this live, have some fun with the fellas, probably get some decent views after the fact.
The coherency engine
I mean, maybe the comedy relief is gonna save it.
Cache scrubbers? What do I need a cache scrubber for? I got a cache
It's
scrubber. I got
not
a Kraken.
not cache, it's cash.
No, it's cache.
Cache.
It's cache. Okay.
That's like Target is Tarjay for the bougie.
You just indicate what
Well,
data
apparently
you
this
want
dude's
to
talking
read
real
from
bougie
the
right now. It's
contract
Rod
file,
Stewart looking
or
so.
where you like to put it.
I just lowered his volume because he's in his world, bro. That's a blue screen.
Back to the dream.
These are props up in the
All of
front,
surrounding hardware.
and
Nah,
he's
that's
just
people,
talking
they
to
move.
himself.
Really
They
should
move?
They
translate
move.
into something
Really?
I mean, the female all the way to the right, she ain't done nothing but sit there.
How you know that's a
I don't
female?
No loads.
It could be a
at the
dude with
long
long
hair.
hair.
Streaming.
Nah, that's a woman.
Dude, you don't know. The lights is off.
Expandability of our
Hey, see, now
You
you
don't
going to
know.
a scenario.
You're looking from
you don't
behind.
think
You're
about
like,
very well
looking
Nah, you
good.
gonna
Turn
do
around, it's a dude.
No, don't do me
kind of
wrong
storage
like
you
that,
need
though.
depends on how you're going to use it. If you have
Oh,
an extensive
Jesus.
PlayStation 4
Be like,
library,
hey, babe.
Wait. Why are they talking about expandability when you could have done? Oh, all this is like, dude, just like you're talking about a computer, and all computer heads are like, really, dude, really, shut up. Like I'm pretty sure everybody at this point is like, dude, shut the hell up and show us what we need to see.
Now, you're watching it on your computer, right?
Ideally, you
I'm
would
watching
add to
it on
your
my
SSD
television.
storage.
Oh, because I want to know if you could see how many viewers are still in this channel, like in the PlayStation channel. Can you see that?
Install in a bay
I
in the
can't.
PlayStation 5.
Oh, okay.
As
Okay,
for
gotcha.
which ones we support and when, I'll get to that.
Nate, can you see how many people
They
are on
connect
this?
to
Are
the
people dropping out?
Like
or?
live?
just like
Yeah.
Our SSD does. So they can
I'm
take
sure people
full
gonna stick to the end because they want to see like
IO
the
coprocessor
last
and all
30
They're gonna-
seconds of
I'm
the actual
pretty sure-
system.
Here's the catch.
I'm
though.
pretty sure
That
they're going to
commercial
reveal the
drive has
system,
to be at
but this
least
is
as fast
like
as ours. Games that
I'd be
rely
better
on
off
the
going to
speed
sleep
of our
than watching
SSD
this.
Need to work flawlessly with any M2 drive.
what
When I
what
gave
is
the
what is
Wired
saturate
interview last year, I said
PCIe
that the
3.
PlayStation
I don't
5
understand that
SSD is
shit.
Faster than anything available on PC.
I don't understand what the fuck that means. I don't care. What the oh my
Security,
God.
security.
Oh, you gonna call security on me now? Is this what we do?
Get this man out. Security.
Can hit the required spec.
Oh man.
M2 drive.
I don't
I don't
understand.
blame you. I don't
Oh
blame
my
you.
God.
Well, that's where we're at right now. PCI 4.
4 or 5
So
gigabytes
that's,
a
you
second
know,
from them.
that's the
By year's end,
capability of
external
the
drives
internal
will saturate
memory, or
4.0
here he's
and
speaking about
support 7
expandability.
gigabytes a second. Having said that, we are
Compatibility.
comparing
Yeah, you see
apples
the long
and oranges,
stick?
though, because
That's
that
PCI
commercial
4.
M2 drive will have its own architecture.
Okay,
its
first
own
off,
flash
I don't need
controller,
anything
and so on.
compared to a
For
long
example,
stick.
the NVMe
Because
specification
apparently my
lays
man
out
right here
what
looks like
machine
he
for
eats
requests
long
that
sticks in
the
his
You get
life.
beat.
can use.
You get beat with the long stick.
Pretty nice, but it only has 2 true priority levels.
Wow.
Our drive supports 6. We can hook up a drive. with
You know
only
what?
2
Even as a
priority
techie, this dude is.
but our custom
You know, I
priority
tuned
unit has
out to
an
him, and I
arbitrary
apologize. If
priority.
anybody's watching
Rather
this
than
and you ain't
using
watching
the
it
drive's
for
flash controller.
comedy
So the M2
relief,
drive needs a little
I tuned him
extra
out.
to
I haven't
issues
picked up
arising
anything
from
since he
this
started talking about
That
specs.
commercial drive
I'm
also needs to
trying, but
physically
I just
fit
can't.
Look,
inside of the bay we
I'm
created
gonna say this
for
gladly.
M2 drives.
Whether you leave a
Unlike
comment or
M2
not, I
hard
don't really
drives,
care. But if you want to bash me,
no
bash
standard
me.
for
But
the
everybody
height
knows
of an M2 drive.
I run
And
my
some
mouth,
M2 drives have
and what I'm
giant
saying right
features.
now is
In fact,
true.
some
This
of them even have
dude
their own
needs to go
things.
jump off a bridge
Right
because
now,
he's
we're getting
boring.
M2 drive samples
No
and
bungee cord,
benchmarking
no
them in various
parachute,
ways.
no rope,
When
no
games
nothing.
hit
He
beta
just
as
needs
they
to
get
go.
ready for the PlayStation 5 launch in
Dude
year
getting
end,
paid
we'll
millions
also
of
be doing
dollars
some
to sound
compatibility
like some
tests to
cheap
make sure
nerd
that the architecture
who
of
nobody wants to
particular
hear. We
M2
don't want
drives
to. We
isn't
don't
too
care what
foreign
you
for the
say,
games
dude.
to handle. Once we've done that compatibility testing, we should be
You know,
able to
these
start
are
to
the
use which drives will physically fit.
these are
and
the
which drive samples have benchmarked
what do you call them?
high in our
Like
testing.
the
It would be great if that happened by launch,
evil
but it's likely to be
geniuses,
a
like in
bit
these
past.
games,
So
like Dr.
please
Wily
hold
and Mega
off
Man.
on getting that M2
You
drive.
know what?
He should be in a lab somewhere. Like, don't
You know
ever
what
let
I'm
him
gonna
come
get
out
into?
and talk about nothing
Balancing
because
evolution
First
he's
off,
in his
Dr.
own
Wiley-
planet. Look,
This was
Dr.
Balancing-
Wiley's a
recurring
stupid cat,
theme
and he.
with
We
the
just
system.
left this revolution,
We
evolution.
need new
Dude,
okay, here we
you
go.
just-
Revolution, new
If
features.
you
Okay,
only
so-
have
so
more
what we
performance,
got?
Here we go.
not
We getting
really a new
closer. We getting
generation
closer,
of
Jay. I
console.
can feel it.
Of course,
Make-
many
make
of these
me- make me
capabilities
excited.
result in more performance.
Are you about to inject some Viagra in this limp statement? Come on now.
Teraflop is more powerful than a PlayStation 4 teraflop. But we aren't just looking for the performance. We also need the ability to do something with
He's
the
got a
GPU
smile on his
that
face.
could
Like,
not have been
I'm
done
so
with
excited. I can't
we
wait.
need higher performance
Higher
per watt.
efficiency.
Every time we double the performance of some GPU
How about you
component,
tell us
we
things
don't
that,
want to find
we
out
don't
we doubled
already?
the power consumed and the heat produced.
I'm gonna tell y'all something.
But at the same
I
time,
went
we have
out
to
and
make
picked up
sure the
a
GPU can
PlayStation
run
4 Pro
PS4
yesterday,
games.
used,
And we have to
and started
ensure
playing
that
The Last of
architecture
Us.
is easy
Man,
for
what a great
developers
game.
to adopt.
I got The Last
Now,
of Us. That's a
that
guy.
What a
played
great
it.
game. I haven't finished it.
masterfully by
It's like
AMD.
my fourth
They
go at
treat
it, but
as
this
a
time
key
I'm gonna
need throughout
I'm
the
gonna go
design
through it.
process.
But what a great
As our
game.
solution to adding
It-
new
it- it
features
is a
without
great game.
blindsiding
I got a-
developers, we
don't
made
forget,
sure
brother, I
that
got
if
a
there
P42.
were
Did you
new
add me?
significant features,
Yeah, no, I
it
had
would
you
be
from before.
optional to use them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
The GPU
you the only
supports
one I got on my
ray
friend
tracing,
list.
but you don't have to use ray tracing to make
Familiarity
your
for
game.
development.
The
Okay.
GPU
I changed
supports
my
under shares,
my
but you can
gamer
release your
tag,
first game on
and
PlayStation
now
5
it's the same
without
as
making
on
any use.
Xbox. It's the same on
Before I get
PlayStation,
into
so
the
it's
capabilities of the
XEND,
GPU, I'd like to
XEIMEX.
make clear 2 points that can be
Excellent.
quite confusing.
I was glad I was able to do
First,
that
we have
because
a
couldn't do it
custom
before
AMD
because
GPU
PlayStation
built
just
on their
didn't
Okay.
allow you to change your
What
know-
does that mean?
your
you know
gamer
com-
tags.
AMD is
I wanna know
continuously
this.
improving and revising
You
their
know
tech.
computers
For
better than I do.
RDNA2,
This
their
chip
goals
that he
were,
just brought
roughly
up.
speaking, to reduce power
Well,
consumption by
I don't
re-architecting
want to hear
the
from
GPU
him.
to put
Tell
data
me in
close to where it's
tell me in
needed,
layman's
to
terms, not nerd.
optimize the GPU for
I mean, I think
performance, and to add
everybody who
new,
has a
more
basic
advanced
understanding,
features.
even like you said,
But
layman's
that feature
term,
set is
to my
malleable,
understanding,
which is to say that we have
they
our
didn't
own
need to
needs
have this
specifications,
spiel,
and that can factor
not
into
as
what
a
the AMD
presentation.
roadmap
They didn't need to bring the
So,
GDC
collaboration
presentation
is
and
born.
Cerny out.
If we
They
bring
could have done
concepts
this
to
like
AMD
on
that
another
felt as widely
platform.
useful, then they can be
But
adopted
basically,
into
all we need to
RDNA2
know
and
is
used
that
broadly, including in
both
PC
Series
GPUs.
X and
See,
PlayStation
ideas
5
are
have
sufficiently
the
specific to what
same,
we're trying to do, like
basically the
GPU
same
cache
architecture.
rubbers I
The
was talking about,
RDNA2
then they
chip
end
that's
up
in
being
there, you know, the
just as
brain
close.
of the system,
If you see a
that's going to be
similar
powering these
discrete
systems.
GPU
It's
available
the
as
same.
PC
You know, it's
content,
coming from
So-
the same
time as we
manufacturer.
release our
they're
console,
both using the
So
same
that means
chip.
our
they're both
collaboration
using
with
the
AMD
same
succeeds.
custom chip. The only thing
In
is is, it's just going to be the processing power and how they're going to use the hardware that they have. And how they're going to further develop. You see, it says RDNA 2. PlayStation has the same as the Series X.
Now, I thought they left AMD. I thought they were using Radeon.
We all understand this. The PlayStation 4.
That's what they're. No, they're with AMD.
CPUs, but we never
So
think
Microsoft using
abilities
Radeon.
and performance are equal.
Radeon
It's the same
AMD.
for CUs.
Oh,
The
Radeon
one thing
AMD,
that's been
okay.
getting
Yeah, yeah.
See how
much
stupid?
larger over
Okay,
time
you guys see
No,
how
I mean,
stupid
it's-
I am?
means
No,
adding
it's not
features
that.
to
It's just that
In fact,
they're
the
making,
transistor count for
again,
a
this is to
PlayStation 5
talk to the
CPU
tech
is
heads,
62%
but
larger than the
again, I
transistor
can't
count
stress
for
enough
PlayStation 4.
how much, and I'm trying to do it in
Second,
layman's
the
terms.
PlayStation 5 GPU is
PlayStation
backwards compatible with
cannot,
PlayStation 4.
and I'm not surprised, they cannot
One way you
lay
can
out
achieve backwards
their
compatibility
PlayStation
is
5
to put the previous
specs
console
right
Hold
off the
on.
back
on the new
Okay,
console.
they got me
and
now.
lay
Backwards
it next to
But that's, of course,
Oh, they got my
the
attention.
series. Yeah, same. Here we
A
go.
better way is to incorporate any differences in the previous console's logic into the new console's custom chips, meaning that even as the technology evolves, the logic and feature set that PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 4 Pro titles rely on is still available in backwards compatibility mode.
That's cool.
One advantage of this strategy is that once backwards compatibility is in the console, it's in. It's not as if a cost down
about the
will
other systems?
remove backwards compatibility like it did on PlayStation 3.
I don't think that's happening.
Achieving this unification of functionality took years of efforts by AMD.
I don't think so.
As any
They're losing me now.
Potential divergence in
No,
logic.
I don't think so.
Running
Losing-
PS4
losing
and
me.
PS4 titles at boosted frequencies has also added complexity.
Yeah, because
The boost is truly
PlayStation
massive
just jumped
around
on
when
that
some
train.
game code just can't handle
They're
it.
not like
Testing has to be
Xbox
done on a
that was
title-by-title
building
basis.
their
Results are
architecture
excellent,
from
though.
jump.
We recently took a look at the top
PlayStation
100
just,
PlayStation 4
they were one of the
titles
ones that
ranked
were
by playtime,
saying,
and we're expecting
or probably
almost
laughing
all
when
of them
Xbox
to
announced
have
Xbox
on
360 backwards compatibility,
With
and they were like,
regards
oh,
to
who
new
wants to play
features,
old
they
games?
said
And now
our
they're like,
strategy was
oh
to try to
snap.
break new ground, but at the same time not
I don't care
require use of the new GPU.
If you ain't
capability.
backwards compatible,
Look at the guy in the front row on the left side. He just took off his glasses and rubbed his eyeballs.
Software handles.
That brother ready to go to sleep. That's what it is.
Dedicated hardware is responsible.
Okay, yeah, but you notice when looking at this cat, this dude looks like he's in a trance talking.
That means it's not possible.
Like his hands ain't
Dude,
done the same. Like he's
he
doing the
is-
same thing.
Such
he's
as
in his
exploring
world, bro.
processing of a vertex
This
is all
brother,
geometry that uses
took a
its
shot
inputs.
at, took a shot at Jack.
PlayStation
I'd like to
5
see a
new
meme
unit called
where
the
after
Geometry,
his speech is
which brings
done,
handling
you see like a
triangles
little
and other
spaceship
primitives under
like fly
full
over him,
automatic control.
and like a beam
As a game
comes
developer,
and
you are
just
free to
beams him
deny
up.
existence and use the PlayStation 5
Oh
GPU
my
as if
God.
it were no more
That'd be
See,
great.
see, backwards compatible. They need to they need to open up Sony's entire
Simple
life.
usage could be performance optimization, such as
That's what
removing
all they need to
backface
do.
off-screen
That
vertices
right
and
there would make me
triangles.
happy.
More complex.
Right now,
usage
they're not
involves
making me
something
happy.
called primitive shaders, which
You
allow
see
the
how
computer
this
to
you see how
synthesize
this
geometry
diagram that they
on
just
the
showed
fly
looked like the
as it
human
goes.
brain?
It's a brand new
The primitive
capability.
shaders.
Using
Yeah,
primitive shaders
but you
in
saw when it was
PlayStation
zoomed
5
out
will
a moment
allow
ago,
for
it
a
looked like the
wide
human
variety of
brain.
techniques, including
Yeah.
And then this is
smoothly
like
varying
the
level of detail,
core,
addition
the
of
stem
procedural
that like
detail
connects to your
for
spine.
objects, and
He's showing right now
Yeah.
the primitive
effects and
shaders.
other visual
The hypothalamus.
Another
Yeah,
Ray
okay, you see?
tracing.
feature of our custom RDNA 2 based GPU is ray tracing.
Here we
using
go.
the same strategy
Listen to
as
this.
AMD's
This is
upcoming
interesting.
PC GPUs. The CUs contain a new specialized unit
I
called the
mean,
intersection
it's interesting if
which
maybe
can
Cerny
calculate
wasn't
the
talking about it.
intersection of rays with boxes and triangles.
You know
To
what?
use the
I would love to
intersection
be the
engine,
one talking about
first
this.
you
I try to
build
make
what
this
is
as
called
hype as I
an
possible.
acceleration structure. It's data in RAM. that contains all of
BVH
your
acceleration structure.
There's
What
a
the
specific
hell does
set
that
of
mean?
Formats you can use. They're variations on the same BVH concept. Then, in your shader program, you use a new instruction that asks the intersection engine to check a ray against the BVH.
Dude,
While the
this
intersection
dude is like a
engine
shot at
processing
Ambi.
requested
I want to
ray
go to
triangle
sleep
or ray
so
box
bad right
the
now.
shaders are free to do other work. Having said that, the ray tracing
Dude,
instruction
you
is
have
pretty
explained
memory
ray
intensive,
tracing to
so
me,
it's a good mix
and I can
with
follow
logic
you
as
versus
code.
this.
There's of course no need to use ray tracing. PS4 graphics engines will run just fine on
I'm
PlayStation
fairly
5,
sure it will.
but it presents an opportunity for those interested. I'm
It's
thinking
just-
it'll take
oh,
less than
man.
a million rays a second. to
This
have a
is probably
full
the
audio.
worst.
This
Wow.
should be enough for
Like,
audio occlusion and some reverb.
This is
Wow.
probably the
With a bit
worst thing
more
that
of the
Sony
GPU
could have
invested
ever
in
done
ray
for the
tracing,
system right
it should be possible to do some very nice.
If they wanted the
global
text and whatnot to come out, they need to let the tech
Having
people
said
speak
that,
about it.
Listen, when the
adding ray
CEO, I
traced
forget what his
shadows
name
and
is,
reflections to a
when the
traditional
CEO
graphics
came out
engine
like
could
stone
easily
face
take
and like,
hundreds of
we
millions of
regret
rays a
that the
second, and full ray
GDC
tracing could take millions. How far can we
presentation
go?
was
I'm starting to get quite bullish.
postponed
I've
or
already seen
canceled, but
PlayStation 5
here's
titles
Mike Cerny.
successfully using ray tracing based
Yeah.
I was like, we're doomed.
Yeah, that brother already was like, yeah.
Another set of issues for the
He
GPU
knew it wasn't going to be how
involve
that.
size and
Cerny was like,
frequency.
look,
How
man,
big
just
do
let
you
me
make
get the
GPU,
presentation to them.
and what frequency
They're going to
do you
want to
use?
hear it.
This is a balancing act. The chip has
So
a cost
what's the
and there's a cost
performance,
for whatever
bro?
we
Just
use to
get on
supply
with
that
the-
chip
just get on with the meat.
power and to cool it. In general,
I'm
I
done
like
with the
running
vegetables. I'm ready
GPU
for the meat.
at higher frequency. Let me show you why. Here's two
What does
possible
that mean?
configurations for a GPU
What does that
roughly
mean?
of the level of the
36
PlayStation 4
compute
Pro.
units
This
at
is a
1
thought experiment.
gigahertz.
Don't take these configurations too seriously.
So
If you
once again,
just
what does it
We
calculate
ain't taking the
teraflops, you get
presentation
the
too
same number.
seriously.
But
I
actually,
can't take him
performance is
seriously.
Noticeably different because teraflops is defined as the
This dude look like he enjoys sausages more than a woman does.
That's just one part of the GPU. There are a lot of other units.
Yeah, I said
And
it.
those other units all run
4.6
faster when the
teraflops.
GPU
Okay, come
frequency is
on,
higher.
dude. Let's
At
talk about
33% higher frequency.
Man, just
PlayStation
get-
5,
goes
dude. Let's
33%
go.
faster.
Come on,
Processing the
man.
command buffer
You sitting
goes
here
that
giving
much
me-
faster. The L2
You're not even
and,
giving me
other
anything.
caches have that much higher bandwidth, and so on. About the only downside is that system memory
I think
is
Nate fell
33%
off, did he?
further away in terms of cycles.
You know what?
But
I
the
bet Nate was
large
like, you know what?
number
I
of
can't. Well, Nate said he's
benefits
at
more
work,
than
so
counterbalance that.
he's
Gotcha.
probably
As a friend
working.
of mine says, a rising tide lifts all boats.
Why does
Also,
this dude
it's
look so
easier to
happy?
fully
This dude
use
looks so
36
happy
CUs
talking
in
about
parallel
this.
than it is to fully use
He's like,
48
oh my
CUs.
God, I spent
When
so much time
triangles are
developing
small,
it.
it's
I
much
can't wait
harder
to just
fill all
explain
those
it to you.
CUs with useful work.
So we're
So there's a lot to
over,
be said
what,
for faster.
30
Assuming
minutes
we
into
handle the
this?
resulting
Over a
power
half
and
hour? It
heat
feels
issues,
like days,
which,
but
frankly, we haven't
Yeah.
always done the best job at. Part of
Oh,
the reason
Jesus.
for that is, historically,
Kill me!
our process for setting CPU and GPU frequencies has relied on some heavy-duty guesswork
Make it
with regards
stop.
to how
Make
much
it stop.
electrical power games will consume and how much heat will be produced.
Lowest
as a
power
result inside
consumption,
of the
highest
processor.
power consumption. What does
Power
that
consumption
matter?
varies a lot from game to game. When I play God of War on my PS4 Pro, I know the power consumption is high.
Yes,
just by
God
the
of War is a
fan noise.
great game.
But power isn't simply
But
about
who cares?
he's talking
It's
about
the minutiae of
Kratos will
what's being
kill your
displayed.
system, so
It's
go play
counterintuitive
Gran
that
Turismo.
Processing dense geometry typically consumes less power than processing simple geometry, which is, I suspect, why Horizon's map screen, with its low triangle count, makes my PS4 Pro heat up so much. Our process on previous consoles was guessed with the maximum power consumption during the entire console lifetime.
Nate went to go.
Just to say,
Nate went to go have lunch. He was like, deuces for this guy.
This brother, you know what? I would like to be. I'd rather be cupcaking than dealing with this right now.
If we get it right,
I got to turn on my box fan in the room. So if y'all guys hear a humming, I'm sorry, but it's
and there's even a
there's a lot of hot air. It's coming from Cerny right now.
Hot air. This brother's blowing fire.
PlayStation 5 is
This dude
especially
is-
challenging because the
this dude is
CPU
killing
supports 256-bit
everybody.
native instructions that consume a lot of power. These are great here and there, but presumably only minimally used. Or are they? If we plan for major 256-bit instruction usage, we need to set the CPU clock substantially lower or noticeably increase.
Do you
the
even
size of the
understand what the hell he's
power
talking about at this point?
I've
So,
tuned
after
in
much
and out
discussion, we
throughout
decided
our
to go
whole
with a very
because I'm not
different
here for
direction
this.
on
If
PlayStation
I was here for this,
built a
like really
GPU
focused,
36
locked in, I came
Mind
in
you,
with the
RDNA
expectation
2
that
CUs are large,
PlayStation was
each
gonna
has
do
62% more
maybe even
transistors
like
than
a
the CUs we use on
Nintendo
PlayStation
Direct
4.
type
So,
approach
if
where
we
they were
compare
just gonna
transistor
like,
counts,
you know,
36
something
RDNA 2
pre-recorded,
CUs equates
maybe
to
a
roughly
half hour or
58
something.
PlayStation
I would have
4
been
CUs.
happy
It
with
is a
that.
fairly
This
sizable
is
GPU.
the least
Then
thing
we
I
went with a
expected for
variable
PlayStation
frequency
to do.
strategy for PlayStation
I
5,
think
I
which
didn't
is to
see
say
this coming at all,
continuously
bro.
run the
This
GPU
is
I think
unbelievable.
in
This
boost.
hurts Sony
We
right now. This is
supply
hurting
a
them.
generous amount of electrical power.
People are
then
going to
increase
buy
the
the system
frequency
without a
of
shadow
GPU
of a
and
doubt,
CPU until they
but
reach
this
the capability of
presentation
the system's cooling
is the
system.
worst thing
It's
at the moment
completely
You know,
Sony could have done.
Rather than
What I'm
running
gonna do
constant
after this
frequency and letting
presentation,
power
and you know, we'll
variation
chat about it tonight. I'm sure
we
videos
run at
between now
essentially
and this
constant
evening
power and let
will come
frequency
out,
vary
but I'm
based
gonna go
on
to my
We
Xbox
then
centric
tackled the engineering
channels
challenge of a
and to
cost-effective,
Digital
high-performance
Foundry because I'm sure they're gonna speak about the
designed for
specs
that
and all that other stuff,
specific power level.
break it
In some
down,
ways,
and
because a simpler
it's gonna be
problem, there are no
digestible.
more unknowns. There's
Because right
no need to
now,
guess what
this
power
right here, like you
consumption
said,
worst-case gain
it's
might
not
be.
helping Sony
As
at
for the
all.
details of the cooling
And
solution,
if the
we're saving them for
presentation
our
is this,
teardown. I think you'll
the
be quite happy with
GDC,
what the
you know,
engineering
spiel that
team
Cerny was gonna give, and that's it.
So, how fast
Whoa,
can we
it's
run
just,
the GPU and CPU
I don't know.
strategy?
I can't see how PlayStation, fans who prefer the system are going to, defend this because it's crazy. I wouldn't do it.
No, they're going to defend it because they're Sony fans. I am a gamer. I am not a fanboy. I will own both systems if I have to, but I won't buy a system that a guy is going to bore me to death.
While we're at it, we also use AMD.
Like all this is cool. I'm not going to deny it. They're more I expect the systems to grow stronger, be more developed, do more things. These things are expected, but I don't need a technological breakdown for over 30 minutes where I want to blow my brains out for this.
So that we can guarantee that the
it's definitely not for.
This ain't for the weak of heart. I can tell you right now.
It's not for the casual or just hardcore console-centric gamer.
This is just for tech heads, period.
Yeah, this is for tech heads.
If you like computers and you build computers, this is for you.
Now we can run it as high
for people like me.
See, that 3.5 gigahertz, I think that's the same thing that
that doesn't mean
Xbox is capping their CPU frequency. I think I heard that yesterday through Digital Foundry and whatnot, but
not too much lower.
They're not.
Reduce power by 10%,
from what I'm picking up here and there, they're not saying anything different.
All things considered, the change to a variable
as far as like the hardware and what they're running and what they're doing with it. They really haven't said anything regarding the PlayStation 5 at this point.
It's important for us on the hardware team to find new ways to expand.
If you want to expand, open up your library.
That's what led us to a focus.
PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 5.
Hey, PlayStation might hold on to their PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 games for their cloud service. It's probably what's going to happen.
If I will perk up like some junk on Viagra. If they just be like, this is what it is, I'll be like, well, you got my got my money.
Yeah, because you remember the PlayStation 3 had the built-in hardware, so you can play those PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 games on there.
That was the early model because they had the
that's what I'm referring to.
Yeah, the laser was built in, and you could play those older ones in. But they said that the system was too expensive to maintain, so they had to drop it.
Right.
Particularly when PlayStation.
How is this finding a new dream? I don't even understand what the hell he's talking about.
Were almost a perfect device for audio rendering. Simple pipeline algorithms could really take advantage of asynchronous DMA and frequently reached 100% utilization of the floating point unit. There's unfortunately nothing comparable on PlayStation 4. Probably the most dramatic progress in the PlayStation 4 generation has been with virtual reality.
Okay.
PSVR hardware has its own audio.
Pete, this dude is meditating.
I can see some memes where they see him floating until he leaves the screen.
Not to oversimplify, but here
goals for audio.
The brother said, not to oversimplify.
The was great audio for everyone.
Oh, brother, you ain't simplified nothing.
Or headphone users.
Hey, you know what? All props to Cerny, bro. The man, he knows his stuff, bro. He's in a class by himself, bro. I don't knock anybody who has the brain power, the intellect, the academics that this man has, but as far as like putting a face to a reveal that everybody has been looking forward to, PlayStation 5 fans and haters, you're killing it, bro, and not in a good way. You're really killing it.
This dude put on a Jason mask and stabbed the audience. All you hear is wink, wink, wink. This dude just stabbing it.
The only reason I'm telling you, it's like when they showed the PS5 logo. Before the PS5 logo came on, the CEO came out, and when he came out on the stage in January, everybody in the press that was there ran up to the front row, started taking out their cameras, taking pictures, this, that, and the other. And when he just showed a logo, I mean,
To
it
use
was like,
Dead
Whoa.
Space as an example.
Okay, this brother got
of
Dead
old
Space on the
school.
screen.
You're fighting enemies in fairly dark, spooky locations.
Are you trying to hit to something?
Back in the
He's
day,
never
if you
played
played
this
the
game.
using the TV speakers, you could tell that there was one last enemy growling and hunting you down.
he's
but it was
talking about
difficult
that
to
ray
tell quite
tracing
where the enemy
audio.
was. With headphones, you could tell that the enemy
Basically,
was
what he's
somewhere on the
talking
right,
about,
which
and I'm
let
gonna
you
break it down
deduce, if
easy.
you couldn't
What he's
see
talking about is
it
that the
must be
new
somewhere
tech that's
behind
coming and the ray tracing is not just for
But with 3D
lighting
audio,
effects and
locality,
smoke
the idea
effects
is
to,
the
you're
enemy
really
is
gonna
precisely
get like
there,
these
and you
souped up
turn and you take it
graphics,
out. So,
real
how
smoke
do we know where
density,
sound is coming from in the first
light,
place?
real-time lighting, and
all
how
those
those shadows
functional
are reflected and
folds in the
stuff.
ear have a
But
meaning,
it's
evolutionary
also, the ray tracing
Based
is
on what
also
direction the
applicable
sound is
to
coming
the
from, sound
audio.
waves bounce
So
around
if
inside
you
the
have
ear,
a
there's some
surround
constructive
system
and
or you
destructive
have a
interference,
great
and the
pair of
result is a
headsets and you're
change in
running,
volume. The phase
stereo
range
sound,
also
Dolby
shifts
surround,
depending on what
you're
path the sound
going
waves
to
from
hear
each
stuff
ear.
that you have never heard
These
before
volume
on a
changes
console.
and phase shifts
Okay,
are
so
different for each direction and also vary
Microsoft
depending on the
Yes.
has
frequency of
Dolby.
the sound.
Yes,
has
they've
Dolby
been
Atmos.
having
Size and head shape
Been
They've
also
had Dolby
impact the sound
Atmos.
in a similar
Dolby
fashion.
Atmos does
Yeah.
exactly
The
what
way
he's
that the
talking
sound
about.
Yes.
So why do I
Yes.
need to
direction
care?
or frequency
Yes,
can be
exactly.
encoded in
Well,
a table called
because
tabulated
they're
transfer.
catching up now.
HRT.
The Xbox,
Here's
like you
part of it.
said,
The vertical
Microsoft
axis is
has
frequency.
had it already.
The horizontal
Gears of
axis is the
5
direction,
already
Gears of
built
5?
into
Color
their
gives the
game.
degree of attention
Gears of 5.
Already
at
have
that frequency.
Gears 5. I'm sorry.
The HRT
I meant to say Gears of War, but Gears 5
You're looking at mine right.
already
Here's
has
how we
built
measure in
into the
HRTF. We've
game
taken
ray
hundreds of
tracing aspects.
We put a
That now
microphone in the
with the
subject's
Series
left
X,
and right
they're
ear
going
canals.
to just patch
then
it
sit
and
the
give you
subject
all those
down in the middle of an
upgrades.
array
So you're going
of
to see
22
that
speakers.
that's already
We then
in the
play
game
an audio sweep from each speaker
because
as
you know
we
the
rotate
hardware
the
is here. It's
subject.
available.
In the course of 10 or 20
I-
minutes,
and
we're
I'm
able
fine
to
with
sample
that.
the HRTF at over 1,000
You know,
locations.
I think
Using the HRTF for
overall,
rendering audio creates
this is a
unparalleled quality,
negative,
but it's
very negative for
computationally
Sony,
expensive.
right?
My
The
goodness, I
simplest
can't
way
believe
to
I
use
sat here all
HRTF
this
is
time, bro.
process a sound source to
I'm
make it
almost
appear as if it's
ready.
coming from one of those thousands
I'm not
of
leaving till the end, bro. I've sat here so far. You've taken like almost an hour of my life. I'm gonna sit here, and then if you don't show me the PlayStation 5 and some games and something, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be mad. I ain't even want to hear it.
Was the determining factor for our strategy. It meant we had to bite
And I don't want to
and
hear the
design and
apologists.
build a custom
I don't want to hear
hardware.
people talking about like,
no.
oh, you know, that was great.
We're
Nope,
referring to the
I don't want to hear
hardware
it.
unit and the
Not for
They-
gamers.
algorithms we run on it. Tempest 3D
What?
audio tech.
Yo,
Don't
just
nobody
when you
care
think
about
he's
3D audio
finished.
Technology should be pretty
I
obvious
wish
here.
he would.
As for Tempest, I feel it
Give me
really
some-
reflects
you
our goals
know
for
what?
audio. It suggests a certain intensity of experience and also
I
hints
need
at
to
your
delete
preferences.
myself right
We're calling the
now.
hardware
Yo,
unit
Nate, you
we
still
built
there?
The Tempest engine. It's based on AMD's
Nah, that
GPU
brother-
technology.
that brother probably
we
took
modified
off.
a compute unit.
Nah,
in
he was
such a way
muted
as to
on.
make it
I just
very
checked on
close to the
Discord. I don't know if he
SPUs
muted
in
himself,
PlayStation
but
3. Remember when I said that they were ideal for audio? So the Tempest engine has no caches.
he's
just
probably
like
muted
the
on
SPUs.
his end.
All data access is
Like,
via DMA.
Do I
just
need?
like
I mean,
the SPUs.
honestly,
Our
do I
target was
need
that it
to
would
care
have
about this?
More power than a
Jay,
Like, I
CPU,
could-
thanks to the
I
No,
mean,
no,
I think
seriously.
you've asked that question and
it would be
answered
more
it.
efficient
How
than
many
GPUs
times?
thanks to
We can
the
go back to this
SPU-like
tape.
architecture.
I'm
The
not
mean-
watching this episode again.
possible near 100% utilization of the
Ladies
same
and gentlemen,
vector units.
whether you watch this
Where we ended
episode
up is a
once,
unit with
I don't
roughly
blame
the
you.
same
Twice.
SIMD power and bandwidth
If you
as
don't wanna
all
watch
eight
it again,
Jaguar cores in the PlayStation
I'm
I
not.
don't, as brother
combined.
said,
I'm
If
not.
I
we were
don't
to use
blame.
the same algorithms as PSVR, that's enough.
I
for
mean, you
something
could
like
watch it just to hear us act
5,000
like
sound
complete and
sources.
utter mo-
But of course,
talk
we want
trash.
to use more
Listen,
complex
this is what's gonna
algorithms, and we
happen,
don't
Jay.
need anything with
Dead
that
honest.
number of sounds.
You're probably
It would
muted
have
on
been
your
wonderful
side, Nate,
if a
and your
simpler
side,
strategy,
Nate,
such as
because
using Dolby
I just
Atmos
checked
peripherals
on
could have
Discord
achieved our
and
goals, but
you're
we wanted
not muted
3D
on my
audio
end,
for all,
so
not just those with licensed sound bars. Or
don't know if you're muted on your
Also, we
end. I
wanted
can
many
see your
hundreds of
icon
sound
lighting
sources,
up,
not
but
just the 32 that Atmos
But look, this is
supports. An
again,
overwhelming
if
amount
my
of
Cerny
processing
gets
power
off the
problem.
stage,
And it wasn't,
dude,
and finally, we wanted to be able to throw clear what any
and
peripheral
they go
might
to the
have
full
inside.
system reveal
In
in
fact,
games,
with
I'm gonna
Tempest,
timestamp this video
we even got
and I'm gonna
enough
say,
power
hey,
that we can allocate
fast
to the game,
forward
to
to
the extent
here,
that games
because this is
want
what
to
you
make
want to
use
see.
of convolution reverb and other algorithms algorithms.
I'm not gonna put people through suffering and sitting here and listening to this, man. I don't want to listen to it now.
The Tempest engine remains 3D audio. Now, 3D audio is a major
Oh.
research topic. It's safe to say
I want
that
this dude
no
to
one in
stop
the world
talking.
has all of the answers. And the set of algorithms that has to be invented,
Like he
tuned,
doesn't
and
like.
implemented to realize
It'd be
our
different
vision
if he
of
made
3D
this
audio
exciting.
is immense.
It'd be
For
different
example,
if
use
he
of
was like,
HRTFs
"Yo,
in
this is what it is. This is what it does.
Before
You're
all
gonna
that,
love
making
it."
the
This
sound source
this dude's like,
appear as if
"Well,
it's
you
coming,
see, this is
from
it's
one
like,
of those
I don't
thousand
want to hear
HRTF
this
sample
from."
locations. But for high quality 3D game
Nate,
audio,
if you can
we
hear
have
me,
to
no,
have
we
other
cannot
sources.
hear you. And I
The
checked
sound source might
Discord,
not be at
and
100,000
you're not
HRTF
muted. So maybe you need to
locations.
jump
We have to
off and jump
blend
back
the
on
HRTF data from
from
the closest
Discord
locations that we have
if
sampled.
you want to.
The sound source might be moving, which needs very special handling as that blend keeps
Wow,
changing.
this is
and that can
just-
cause phase
I
artifacts
would
and
love to
loss
see the
of
message board right
or
now. I
the
know
sound
this
source
dude is
might have a
getting
size to it.
destroyed.
It should feel as if it's coming from an area rather than a single point. There's also whole categories of approaches to be handled.
Shut
3D
up.
audio can be implemented using individual processing of 3D sound.
I'm
sources.
surprised I haven't heard you put your foot through your
Alternatively,
TV.
ambisonics can be used for 3D audio.
Dude,
Ambisonics speak somewhat
I am
like
so
the
close to
spherical
going to
harmonics
get.
used
Man,
in
you just
3D
don't
graphics.
know.
And finally, there's audio devices.
He said finally.
The player
Hold on.
might be using
He might be
headphones,
concluding.
TV speakers, or have a higher-end surround
I
sound
don't
setup
care.
with 6 or
But
more
this is
speakers,
old.
all of which need different approaches. That's a lot of variations. It's nice to have the
It's nice to have the
computational
computational resources.
But it's clear that achieving our ultimate
Shut
goal
up,
in 3D audio
okay?
is going to be a multi-year.
If I was there,
step-by-step
I would be the
process.
cat that would walk on stage,
Having
punch
said
this
that,
dude's lights
headphone
out.
audio implementation
and then
is
be like,
largely
cool.
complete at this time.
You know, you and I are
Using
just saying and
with
expressing what
headphones, we control exactly
everybody
what
else
each ear hears,
expressing.
and
This is
therefore the
crap.
Algorithmic development and implementation.
This is
of
just
the
crap.
forward.
Sony
For
has dropped a
TV
gigantic
speakers and
turd.
stereo
This
speakers,
right.
we're in the process of implementing virtual.
Didn't even
surround
wipe their
sound.
butt or
The
nothing.
idea being that if you're sitting in a sweet spot in front of the TV, then the sound can be made to feel as if it's coming from any direction, even behind you. Virtual
They've been
surround
talk-
sound has
this
a
is
lot in common
old.
with 3D audio on headphones, but it's more
This is
complex
old.
because
Microsoft
the
done
left
this
ear can hear
already.
the right speaker and vice versa. We have a
Not all
basic
TVs are the
implementation of
same, so
virtual
this
surround
makes
sound
a
up and
difference.
running. We're now looking at increasing
You know,
the
we
size of that
we've
sweet
been
spot,
past
which is
this
to
a
say,
long time
making
ago
the
where
area you need to be
it's
in
like
to
it goes
feel the 3D
unsaid that
effect
if you're
larger.
getting
And we're also
a
working to
upgrade
boost
in
the
your
sense of
TV, you're
performance.
upgrading to 4K.
Headphone audio is the current
In the
gold standard
past,
for 3D
earlier
audio
on,
PlayStation 5.
these
But
speakers
we
on
want to
these
see what we
TVs
can
were
do with
trash. It
virtual
was like
surround
an
sound
unsaid
to a
thing that you
similar
was gonna
level,
go pick up
after which
a
we'll start in on setups with more
a
speakers,
surround
such as
sound
6
system or a
channels.
sound bar at least.
It's now to the
So I don't know
point
why
where
he's
some of
talking
the
about all
PlayStation
this.
5 games in development are extensively using
Because
this
he's
system.
trying to fill in
One of
gaps
the
and
game
waste
demos
time,
allows you to
and
toggle
nobody
between
cares at this point.
conventional PlayStation 4
Y'all
style
able to hear
stereo
me?
audio.
Yeah, I can hear
and
you
only
now,
now.
man.
3D audio. I listened with just
okay,
an
yeah.
ordinary pair
I
of
changed it to
over-the-ear
push to
headphones,
talk. I think
and
that's
wow,
what-
I
Ah,
can feel
okay.
the difference.
You just still
3D
sound
audio
really
has that
low, brother.
dimensional
So
feel to it. Conventional stereo audio feels
Oh.
smashed flat by comparison. The
But I've been
improvement
listening
is
to everything.
I hear you, man.
So,
Yeah.
a big advance.
You're better man than me.
Have I
'Cause
entered the matrix? Does my brain believe
Nah, I'm not
I'm
listening
really
to
there?
that. I'm listening to
Like I was
y'all.
talking about.
Yeah,
earlier?
we just
That's-
we're providing comic relief at this point, bro. I mean, we're frustrated. I'm with
But
Jay,
you
bro.
probably caught on to
I'm
what's
like,
missing here.
I would have
wondering,
rated this
though,
dude's podium a long time ago.
Being used. It wasn't
I'm
mine.
wondering
It was
if
the
they're
default
trying to
HRT.
appeal,
The audio
like
team
maybe PC
analyzed
gamers or
hundreds of
something
Why?
like that. Like
chose
it's
the
a
one
targeted
that felt
art
the
audience.
closest fit.
No,
Just
because
thinking-
PC gamers are
This
far
shows
beyond
that
this
piece
tech.
of the default
This
HRT
dude
realize
is-
left.
So
But-
then he can't appeal to
Right,
PC
you can see
people.
that the
Period.
general features
Done.
are much the same.
Argument over.
But the
I mean,
default
why go that route, Nate? Why do you
With the
think? What makes you
default
think
HRT,
that?
As I said, the 3D audio sounds pretty
Just
great.
because
When I use
regular
my HRT,
console gamers
the audio reaches
are
a
not
higher
so
level of realism.
into
Which
this
is
kind
to
of
say,
stuff. We don't really
But-
headphones and
But of
care, so to
95
speak.
I
but
occasionally get fooled
PC
and think
gamers
the
are
sound
all
is
about
coming from the real
all
world
this
when it's
stuff.
actually coming from the
It makes perfect sense.
No.
So Jay, before you say something, because I know you spoke in your piece, I'm gonna ask Nate.
sufficiently far
So,
from the default HRT
following that logic that you just said,
that they can toggle between
if they're
PS4
trying to
and
appeal to
PS5
PC
not so
gamers,
much difference. I've had a few
then
people describe
why not
3D
put it
audio as sounding
put their
like
specs
bit
and their
more
PlayStation 5 specs instead of speaking of all this stuff compared to the PlayStation 4? Why not put their specs on the new consoles next to the
I'd
Series
like
X?
everyone to be able to experience what I'm experiencing.
I don't know.
Obviously,
I don't
it's
know
not
why
possible
they're.
to
I don't know
use
why. I
it.
don't know what they're doing. Like that's just a theory. I
That
don't know.
means HRT
Yeah, cause
Like, I
cause Xbox.
I want to see what the
PlayStation community says about it, because I think Valve just kind of give us like what you were saying about checking all the other podcasts and see what other people are saying. I think that's gonna add some solidity to it, and let's see what their response will be after that.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be the PlayStation community. If they're real, they're gonna be pissed off, and I'm gonna be mad right along with them. I'm not even gonna be one that's going to poke fun or anything. I'm gonna be mad as a gamer because I'm mad now that you're not giving me the system, you're not giving me the games. I don't care about the specs, to be honest. What Xbox Series X did yesterday, that's a caveat. Yeah, you're a powerful system, you're gonna do a whole lot of stuff. All I care about is the games and what's it gonna do for me.
Dude wants to kill himself.
That's all I care about. Not appealing to this, that, and the other. Like, he's giving a whole review of stuff that's just, in my opinion, yeah, this is the GDC talk that you should have had to the tech heads. It didn't happen. Put it behind you. Oh, look, he's done. Let's see.
That's it?
Let's see. Hold on. Let's hear this more.
That's it.
What?
Oh my God.
Holy mo! You crazy.
Oh my.
What?
God.
No way.
Whoa.
Wow. Oh, snap. Yo, that's...
I'm gonna go ahead and
what a gut punch. Let me get this dude off the screen. Hold on, man.
Whoa. Did you say gut punch? No, this is a nut punch.
Oh, wow. You gotta be out of your mind. That was it. That didn't just happen.
Apparently it did.
Jay, we just didn't sit there for an hour.
I feel like I've wasted 20 years of my life doing drugs and being an alcoholic and realizing that was the best thing I could have done.
Wow. I ain't got nothing to say. Honestly, I ain't got nothing to say, bro. I'm so mad right now. I'm so mad. And the thing that I'm thinking about is I don't want to hear none of these phonies. I don't want to hear none of these phonies trying to apologize, because it's not even about defending the quote unquote brand. It's about you just kicked every gamer's ass. You just kicked them in the ass. That's all you did. You didn't do anything.
Kick him in the ass? There was no ass to kick. They bored everybody to submission.
Wow.
Unless you were a tech junkie, that was the dumbest shit I have ever heard. Yeah, I said it. I don't care what Sony fanboy hears me. I'll piss on you and the horse you rode in on.
But that's just my point, Jay. I'm not even
watching it on his phone, and he's like, yo, they didn't show anything, and I'm like, yep, we saying the same.
And I can't be any more clearer. I'm not even speaking as a dude. I'm not even speaking as a fanboy, quote unquote, of anyone, as a gamer, bro. I just can't believe that PlayStation sold out.
Sony has mind tricked everybody.
Wow.
Wow. See,
yo, I can't wait to go back and see the comments and just see. I'm sure people are just cussing PlayStation out right now. They gotta be.
I talk a lot of. I don't understand.
What's the deal, Jay? Like, what's going on? What? Let's put our emotions in check here for a moment. What was the purpose? What's going on? Why, after Series X is fully spec'd out, revealed, prodded, literally taken apart. Look at the Digital Foundry videos. They're still putting videos out. In and out. There's nothing to speculate about Series X right now. Gamers who prefer that console are riding high. They're more psyched than ever before. And then we hear the news about PlayStation coming out and doing their thing. So, and then we get this. We get Mike Cerny and a GDC Tech Talk.
Kill themselves. That's all I can say. Kill yourself. That I can't.
Losing their job.
Losing their job. They need to lose their life.
I mean, I don't know, man. I can't put my finger in. I'm gonna let you guys chew on that, and maybe we can get together this evening.
Hold on.
I mean, go ahead. I'm gonna let y'all speak your piece, and then I'm gonna shut it down because I'm just done.
I'm gonna say this right now. There is nothing to chew on. This is like eating the worst piece of food that you can ever have in your life. If you chew on this and you even think about it, your brain's gonna blow out of your back of your head. The best thing I can do and tell anybody right now, whatever Sony was doing, planning, this was a bad route. This is not what they should have done. They should have really, truly thought about this whole presentation, because this presentation was not the masses. This presentation was for tech junkies. They could have had this somewhere else. They could have done a 10-minute presentation on a PlayStation 5. This is the PlayStation 5. This is what it looks like. This is the controller. This is how strong it is.
Wow,
These are the games we got coming out for the future. And I would have lost my mind. Everybody who's anybody would agree with what I just said. Wow. Thank you. Any questions?
I'm not gonna say no more. I'm just.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm beside myself. Nate, you got anything else to say? I got nothing else to say.
We would definitely cap this, gentlemen. That's all I can say. I will say this, and based on the responses around me, I got 2 PlayStation heads sitting on both sides of my cubicle, and both of them sounded off at the same time, like, "What the hell is that?" So basically,
are they checking out?
Hold on.
They were watching it. There was a lot of people in the building watching it. So,
did they check out the podcast?
Hold on, Jay.
They did. They heard it. They were just like, "What? What was that?" So, judging from that, I think honestly, this is a horse already shot dead with a 12 gauge to the forehead. I think the interesting thing is going to see how Sony will react to the community's reaction and what they're going to do and what they will do. They're going to have to fix this. I think this is so asinine that they're going to have. That's my thing is I want to see what they do after.
Well, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap it up, and I'm going to tell you this. You got any additional thoughts, comments, whatever it may be, if we can somehow get together this evening, that'll be cool. We can go over this, talk about some other news that happened this past week. Big letdown, big disappointment. We're all on board with that. But, we can go on further speculating. When will PlayStation actually do an actual reveal? When will we see the console, the controller, maybe games? Who knows? Who knows when we're going to get the next bit of news? Is PlayStation going to continue, feeling like, and this is me speculating, feeling like they can ride this because they are the leading console generation, champions? I don't know. There's been a lot of changes at PlayStation, a lot of stuff going on internally that we don't know. Maybe this is their new approach, but we're all disappointed to say the least. Guys, thank you for being here. And I can't say anything else, man. There's just nothing else. Keep your life, keep your gaming drama free, people, and we'll hope for the best. Later, Nate. Later, Jay. I'll catch you on the next one. All right, guys?